Hi everyone, welcome back to Birich Podcast. In this session, we are going to discuss about the financial statements of Tata Motors and Exide Industries. So, the video which we posted day before yesterday, we discussed the standalone and consolidated statements of Tata Motors. And Vinod has said that it is a larger company to analyze the financial statement for a beginner. So, in this video, I have bought Exide Industries and we will compare that with the Tata Motors. When looking at the consolidated balance sheet of Exide Industries, the total assets is 18,150 crores and in the previous year it is 14,765 crores, 0.34 lakhs. So what does this amount mean?
What is the word balance?
Balance means both sides should be equal.
Correct. Assets and liabilities should be equal, right? So keep that in mind. If a balance sheet says zero liabilities and it has only assets, that means it's not a full balance sheet. It's only a sheet.
Okay.
The balance part is missing. So when you look at it like this, first of all, I didn't even want you to look at a company like Exide. I wanted you to take a small cap, micro cap. Exide is not a small company, my friend. Who told you Exide is a small company?
Comparing Tata Motors,
right. Right.
Okay.
Now it's like you saying comparing to Jupiter, Earth is a very small planet.
Then I should take Moon.
No, yeah. I'm even asking you to look at an asteroid. Okay.
Yes, sir.
A stone floating in space is what I'm asking you to start at, because this is even too advanced for you. If I ask you questions on this and I start poking holes on you, you will be very confused.
Okay.
So, Exide, okay, since you brought it for this video, you can see Tata Motors consolidated balance sheet. Right, the numbers itself are mind-boggling. If you look at the categories, they're the same. Like, for example, under assets, you have non-current assets. Here also you have non-current assets. You have properties, plants and equipment. Here also you have property, plants. So if you look at it apples to apples, the categories are all the same. But why I said don't take a big company is, now when you look at property, plants and equipment, even of Exide, it has many plants. It has many properties.
Okay.
Right? They've taken everything and put it like this, chop-off-eyed and I've said it. These numbers are in crores. It says 3,760 crores worth of property, plants and equipment. Now, where is that? Yes, compared to Tata Motors, which is 73,124 crores, it is smaller. But this is still too big for you.
Okay.
If you take a micro-cap company, which is working out of one plant, one factory, let's say it has got a factory only in Sriperumbudur, and they're making pipes, steel pipes, and they're supplying to builders. Right? So now you know, okay, property, plant, equipment, what is it when he says it's worth 100 crores? Okay, the plant is there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach you how to take apart a company's balance sheet and see what is it physically there and what is the balance sheet saying.
Okay.
In this example, I cannot do that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the homework which I gave you. So you missed the homework. This is great. Now, since you brought Exide today for discussion, we'll discuss it. But next video, pick a very small company. Doesn't have to be a fancy brand. I know why you brought Exide, because Exide is a brand.
It's Patas list of Anand.
Yeah, so that is a problem. You are trying to cater to view count. Admit it. Don't care about view count.
Okay.
You're here to learn, right? In your learning, we're recording the video, and if someone watches as a learner like you, they will also learn.
Yeah.
You bring something complicated, you're not going to learn. Into the video, you'll be like, sir said something, okay, finished. They'll also not learn anything. They'll be like, Vinod told something to him, it is a good video because Patas list was talked about, and That's not the point of this.
Okay.
Right? We're not here to worry about view count. We're here to teach Arun. By end of this so-called series of videos, 1 year's time, I want Arun to have grown to understanding. I want some of Arun's fans who watch Arun's videos to also grow with Arun.
Yeah.
So 1 year's time, next year, when you say, I'd show you this, you'll be able to look at this. Any company I give you and say, okay, sir. They have a lot of property. They have, they have many factories, or they don't have. So this is important. Now, something like goodwill. What is goodwill? I will ask you. What is goodwill?
Have to look.
Right. Goodwill are things as an investor is meaningless for you. Here also, they've put goodwill as 860 crores.
In Tata Motors.
Yes. Here they've given goodwill as 45. So, my question would be, is a company doing goodwill to somebody? Or is it goodwill for the company? It's under asset, no? If the company is doing goodwill to somebody, doing charity, it will be under
liabilities.
Correct. So this is the way I want you to understand what these things are. So if you bring a company as big as this, you will not understand it, because everything is in notes. When I say goodwill, it says you have to go to notes 4. So you have to flip book and see what is written under 4 and read that and understand it. But if you bring me a micro cap, most of these categories will not be existing in there.
Yeah.
So you start with the basic ABCD, then you work yourself up to this.
Okay.
But since you bought this today, what else? What question do you have on this?
When
So
looking at the balance sheet of the Exide, for the year 2024, it is equaling to 18,150 crores.
Okay. So now since you got both of them, standalone and Exide, let's look at this. So under property equipment, Exide consolidated is 3,760 crores. But if you see it standalone, it's only 2,845 crores. So there's 1,200 crores worth of property, plants, equipment, which is not directly in the parent company.
It is going to subsidiaries.
Yeah, it's sitting on subsidiary. So same way you can look at now inventories. You can look at anything you look at, you can see a comparison. In the standalone balance sheet, do you see number C, intangible assets they have gone to? There's no goodwill mentioned in this. So this is curious. So if I was you, I'd go into those notes and read about this.
That goodwill, it is not in standalone.
Standalone. So what is this goodwill? Where is this goodwill from? What is it about? Is it the subsidiary giving goodwill to the parent company, or what is it? It's something interesting to dive into and see. Right? Same way, you can look at each one. Now look at financial liabilities. Right? Let's look at borrowings. Non-current borrowings means that it's not due in 1 year. It's only due more than 1 year. So it's at 221. But if you compare here, non-current liabilities, borrowings, it's not there in this. So the parent company doesn't have any borrowings. The borrowings are all sitting in the subsidiary.
Okay.
That's good. But then you should see which subsidiary is having this borrowing. Right?
Yes, sir.
And see what are the assets in that borrowing. What is that subsidiary offering, or is it leeching off the parent company? So that is the kind of analysis you can do on this. When you compare and contrast standalone and consolidated. So you can see how the parent company stands compared to the subsidiary companies.
Okay.
Here the parent company is very strong because it's got no liabilities. If you look at its non-current liabilities, it's only lease liabilities, which is rent, trade payables, right? Lease liabilities. Other current liabilities, if you see, it's only 246 crores. While if you see other current liabilities here, so 270 crores. So most of the other current liabilities are on the parent company.
Yeah.
So, and the notes are given there. So when you go to the balance sheet and you flip over to that part in the section, it will tell you what they're adding into this.
Okay.
So that is the way you have to look at it. So the micro company balance sheet which you bring me the full book. You send me the PDF file.
Okay.
I know you will find it very boring to read and you won't read it. But whichever you read, I will read it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So then you can ask me questions. You can say, okay, sir, I'm looking at this balance sheet. What is this? I can tell you what is this. Currently at this, looking at this, these are just numbers. One thing which is good looking at this number, Exide number, is it has very little debt.
The parent company.
The parent company, even the consolidated, is almost debt free. But because you want given me only this, I cannot see profit and loss, how much it's grown. But that's not here. So if I pull that up on screener and look at the EPS growth for the last 3 years has not been compounding very high. It's only 1.77% is the EPS. Earnings per share growth for the last 3 years has been very small. But it's trading at a PE of 50.
That's on the higher side.
Much higher side. Because if I look at the PE ratio mean for last 10 years, it's at
22.5.
Yeah. So it's trading well above. So either the earnings have to grow to justify this price, or the potential of the earnings should be there, or the price has to correct. Looking at its EPS growth for the last 3 years and the current market situation for batteries, especially EV cars and all that, it's not going to grow at the pace it needs to grow for it to justify this price.
Yeah.
So I would rather wait for this price to correct, because even if you look at the 52-week high and low, it is 240 and 620 range. It's a great company. Debt is low, long history, great product. Everything is great about this.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the price in the market, it's too high.
Okay.
So I would keep it on my list and wait for a correction in the market to look at this stock.
And P has to justify for the price.
Meanwhile, Tata Motors you bought. Tata Motors, you see, it's earning, look at this 3-year average.
128%.
Yeah. So it's growing at a good clip, right? Earnings per share has been growing. Of course, most of this is because of the subsidiary Jaguar. And you really have to look into the balance sheet again to see where the earnings has come for the last year or so. In screener also it's mentioned, but it doesn't tell you the details. You can see the profitability here. It's spiked. Can you see?
Yeah.
Operating profit, 24,000, 34,000 is going to 24, 31. And suddenly in the last 1 year, it's almost doubled. Which
From
is
31 to 59.
correct. So this is something interesting. And this, you have to see why. Operating profit is shot. Sales, if you look at, it's not really grown up. If you see the sales, it's been going up steadily. From last year to this year also, it's grown steadily. Expenses also has grown. So what is his operating profit, which has created this sudden, increase in operating profit is something interesting to look at. So this is something curious. It will be sustainable, I don't know. But if you see the stock of PE, it's trading at a good below 15. But the curious thing is, what is the 10-year average of the Tata Motors? 14. It is 14. So it's still trading below the 10-year average. So it's still at a good price point. 1,140 is a little bit out of tiffin coffee range for you and me. But if you had little bit 2 days tiffin coffee money you have in your pocket, 1 week, then you can look at it. Right? So this is the way you'll take the balance sheet and you put all this other information together and look at it.
Yes, sir.
So you bring a micro cap. The reason why I want to discuss the balance sheet of a micro cap is because it is like the, what do you call it? In our Hinduism, it's like the horoscope. It tells you the history of the company, what all the company is doing. And then you can understand these kind of companies for the simple reason is buying a micro cap, a good micro cap, and keeping an eye on it over a period of 15 years, it has a chance of becoming a medium cap and a large cap, and that will become a multi-bagger. There was a time when ITC was a small cap. There was a time when Reliance was a small cap. Correct, was a small cap. But there are many companies at the same time, like Infosys, which disappeared. So our idea is that we analyze these things. Since you're so young and you have so much time, you can afford to take, by studying small cap, micro cap, make small bets. I put 1,000 rupees here. Imagine you put 1,000 rupees in Infosys. We've done many videos like that. That will be worth so many crores after, bonus and this and that. So same way, let's analyze micro caps. So you get a little more confident.
Okay.
So that way you're not depending on Anand to give you one patas list. Anand's patas list is there.
Their own
Anand's patas list is there, which you keep doing a tiffin coffee in. But at the same time, Arun also starts growing a little bit of wings in the nest. After hatching from an egg, you also grow a little bit of wings and you try and take confidence. That is my intent of these videos.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
To help you grow in confidence. And some viewers will also see this and feel inspired and start studying it. Before the video we shoot, you send me the company, microcap, at least the annual report you send me.
I'll send you, sir.
Okay, you pick one which you like. Something maybe in Tamil Nadu itself. So we can talk about it. Maybe near your hometown somewhere. Pick one. We're not going to buy it. We're not recommending any stocks here. So you send that. We'll then talk about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
How to read the balance sheet. Because these things, even Excite, will be probably 100-200 page book.
340 pages.
Correct. And you will not be able to read it.
Yeah.
And the first book I give you is 340 pages. Like when you join college, they give you a maths textbook. It's 400 pages long, and you'll be like, if they give you a small booklet, which is 20 pages, of the first few equations you'll be learning for this semester, everybody would read it.
Yeah.
But you give the first year student one Gada book and say, here, read this. He'll put it in the back of his locker and forget about it.
Interest will fade away in seeing that many pages.
So I don't want your interest to fade away. I don't want viewers' interest to fade away. So pick something small, something easy to read, and we'll both read it and enjoy doing it together.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay.
So I hope that this video is informative. And if you found this video useful, please share it with your friends whom you think it will be helpful for them, so that they can get some idea on how to analyze the balance sheet. So please subscribe to this channel for more kind of videos. See you in another episode with an interesting company. Thanks for watching the video.
Thank you.